AD, welcome. Come inside. This is Redmond House, and today we're going to be leading you on a guided tour. Let's go. We'll start things off in here with our foyer. It's very lived in, as you can see, and it's just a place to be together in community. Some of our keystone pieces here are our lamp up here, our lighting. We have a beautiful floral pattern, sort of Hawaiian inspired, and sometimes when I lay down in this room, I think I'm on the beach, believe it or not. So over here next, we have our TV. We watch a lot of Shakespeare, we watch a lot of Hemingway, a lot of Steinbeck, just all of the classics really. We love to watch film and art, but truth be told, I really don't watch TV much. I much prefer reading. This next piece was gifted to us under mysterious circumstances, 1.5 blasting agents it reads, and it was a stunning coincidence that that was my nickname in high school, so I keep it there to remember my glory days. This light switch cover ties into the Art Deco theme that we've really been cultivating in this room, as do these orbs, which we've placed around the perimeter. The material is sterling gold, I want to say. We have up here some homages to sort of the country farm aesthetic that we like to cultivate here in this room specifically. We have some glasses of indeterminate juices and a Spam container, sort of tying in with the Hawaiian theme. If you've heard of Spam musubi, one of my favorite dishes to prepare and eat. If you want to direct your attention upwards, we have one of the touchstone pieces of this entire operation. This is a reclaimed chandelier. It has gold leaf, and by that I mean the leaves are made of solid gold, and incandescent bulbs artfully crafted to replicate the candlesticks that once stood there. Next, we have our kitchen. I love the kitchen. I'm in here more than any other room. I love to make food. I love to make baking. Really all of the foods in baking. I'm sure you've already noticed our gorgeous linoleum flooring in here. I don't think it's ever going out of style, to tell you the truth. And I really love the way that it plays off of the yellow motif that we have in our backsplash and counters. I like to keep a lot of yellow foods on hand, bananas. We have beautiful cast ceramic bowls and sort of water flowing that just evokes a calmness that you don't see in other kitchens. As I'm sure you've noticed already, everything in here is hyper organized. I really love to keep the kitchen in ship shape. One thing I've always thought about Tupperware though is just have fun with it. So we don't mind if it falls out. We want it to be stackable and to be fun to put away. A piece of functional art that we had installed here very recently is our trash hutch. So it's interactive and it's just so fun. It's similar to our Tupperware actually. You can open it up and you just kind of toss. Right off the kitchen, we have one of my favorite bathrooms in the whole house. Sort of a minimalist physique. We have very little to accentuate because it just is, and we want to let it is. We have this electrical outlet here with no cover as a design decision, and you can just look back and say, what's back there? Is that where the electricity comes from? Of course it doesn't come from there, it comes from the breaker. Now let's take things upstairs. Before we get all the way up, I just want to draw your attention to this gorgeous wallpaper. Hints of medieval influence, just beautiful floral and triangular, sort of a chevron pattern. Outside this window, you can see some construction that we've been having commissioned. We're putting in a sidewalk through this government program called Eminent Domain, and Together with that, we just wanted to bring people closer to this work of architecture. It's really a historical building. You can also get a glimpse at the gorgeous aluminum roof we have. It's got a lovely patina on it, and it's just so calming when it rains to hear the drops. Now time for my room, or as I like to call it, the gallery. Here we have the title piece, Collages, A Critical Eye. Keep an eye out for pieces that challenge the status quo and say a lot about the society we live in. This is the first piece you'll notice as you enter, Equal Rights. It's something I'm very passionate about, and it truly is the flower of democracy. Pass the Equal Rights Amendment now. On this wall, we have a triptych of pieces that I've made myself in the abstract style, and one just for fun. I need my morning media. I'm so excited about it. I just want to yell out and scream. Don't we all feel that in today's day and age? One thing I've always looked for in a room is a nice closet that I can put my clothes in, store items in. You have lots of clothes and items. These pieces I commissioned from a very early age, and they're some of my favorite shapes. One couldn't be on the wall without the other. And if I remember the title of the piece, I think it's called Hexagon. Our next piece is one that I constructed myself. It's a combination of a middle school green and this perfect blue and white ivy cover. The juxtaposition of these two textures and colors really lends itself to a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. Another aspect of the room that I really love is these scuffs and scratches on the floors. They just make the space feel so much more lived in. It's chaos and imperfection. Here we love imperfections, we love flaws, and we love finding the beauty in them. Ever since I was young and I happened to find my first rock, I've always had a passion for geometry. I love rocks, I love nature, the igneous, the metamorphic. This is a special healing crystal which I acquired, and it provides light. I don't know why more people don't have them in their homes. Follow me. Now we're here in one of my favorite bathrooms of the house. We have all the amenities you'd expect and even a double sink. So the bathroom has always been a place of peace for me, a place of solitude, and I've been coming to the bathroom for a while. I was potty trained from a very young age, and this is a piece we had installed recently to commemorate that. Up next, we have one of my favorite pieces in this bathroom, a reclaimed poster from an abandoned medical facility all about toothbrushing. And if you know me, I love toothbrushing. I do it every night, 30 seconds to a minute. This huge mirror opens up the space of this bathroom. You can almost get lost looking into it. It looks like there's 2 rooms sometimes, but there's not 2 rooms, just the one. Let's get out of here. This foliage-inspired light lightens up our hallway, and must be a problem with the breaker. Let's go check it out. As we venture down to the basement, you'll notice you're passing some beautiful wallpaper. The house here is actually a photograph of my house when I was growing up, and it always takes me down memory lane as I come down to our cozy, aromatic basement. Over here, you find yourself surrounded by gorgeous, old growth lumber wood paneling. I really love that this is old growth, and it's just solid as a rock if you hear it. Nothing's getting through that. Oh, now you've done it. You've caught me with the good old golf clubs. Well, I used to take these for a spin from time to time, and
hole in one, am I right?
this right here is an old style telephone, just like the kind Alexander Graham Bell used to use. It came with the house, and it's just fun to come down here, dial up your friends, dance all night. And that brings us to one of my favorite bathrooms of the house, more of a half bath to tell the truth. That is industrial grade titanium. I'm sorry about all the noise down here. I'm really not sure what all these machines are meant to do. I think that they're somehow related to the breaker. Let's go check it out. Here it is. Around here, I'm kind of like the electrical guy to go to when something goes wrong. So let's see if I can work my magic. That should fix everything. Around the room, you'll notice some murals that we commissioned from the local university, a lot of independent thinkers, a lot of indie artists, and they're fraught with spiritual meaning and other meaning. For example, this down here is my favorite piece. It's kind of like you may not notice, it looks kind of abstract and swirls, but if you look closely, it actually somewhat bears resemblance to a cat. And as we're going back upstairs, you might in fact notice that the linoleum ties into the kitchen. Just another testament of how I can't get enough of this stuff. Let's take this up to the attic. Watch your head. That's probably because of all the exposed nails we had installed. I really love quirky and unique things about homes, and this is one of them. It's this over here. Oh yes, we've been dry aging some toasted sesame oil. We're not really into wines, kind of too mainstream, but sesame oil will be the next big thing. And we're aging it now, so in 100 years, the most sought after bottles of oil may come from Chateau Redmond. As you can see, it's a very open concept, spacious, loquacious kind of floor plan, and very prone to dancing, to hangouts, to parties, to meditations. And I have quite an embarrassing confession, but it does tend to get quite cold here in the winters. That's why I'm so thankful that we had this piece installed. It sort of helps with that. There can be a bit of a draft in here, which is why we put some playful wind chimes, as you can see, jingling, jangling, and perhaps doubling as a woman's necklace. We like to upcycle. We like to reduce and reuse. We like to keep it green. Our family has a little bit of storage in the background, as you might see. We've got trinkets and doodads and gobstoppers, all the what have you nots. And back there even, this is sort of a green initiative we've been taking. Nobody wants their trash to end up in a landfill, so we've been putting a few bags up here with plans to expand more over time. There's one right there, and by the next time you come, maybe this whole place will be full. Would you look at that? It's getting dark, which means you've outstayed your welcome. Thanks for the visit, AD. Come again soon.
Perfect.
Sweet.